So today I'm going to be presenting about the Eyjafjallajökull volcanic eruption that occurred in Iceland in 2010. Basically, the Eyjafjallajökull volcano erupted multiple times in Iceland from 20th March to 23rd June in 2010. The eruptions were declared officially over in October 2010. There are several volcanoes situated in Iceland, because Iceland was formed by two tectonic plates drifting apart, which caused excessive amounts of lava flow to create a lava plain with multiple volcanoes and rift valleys. This lava plain formed what is now known as Iceland. Since Iceland is located on a tectonic plate boundary, many active volcanoes are present in the country. This first image demonstrates the formation of Iceland and the fact that the country is situated on two diverging plates. The second image shows the areas with high volcanic activity in Iceland. No human deaths were caused directly by this volcanic eruption. The major effect of the volcanic eruption was the cancellation of 100,000 flights around Europe, affecting 10 million travelers. This was because of the excessive amounts of ash produced by the volcanic eruption, which was transported southwards by strong winds, creating an ash cloud over Europe. The effect of volcanic ash on airplanes is rather unclear, but it is believed that volcanic ash may cause damage towards aircraft parts, making it unsafe to fly through an ash cloud. The cancellation of these flights also indirectly caused the cancellation of sporting events, disruptions in imports and exports of fresh food, which also affected multiple businesses and industries, etc. The volcanic eruption had local effects by causing the ice cap covering the volcano to melt, which produced a flood, and also causing the locals to have mild respiratory issues. Ash produced by the volcano prevented farming and caused younger animals to die. But the Eyjafjallajökull eruption did have some positive effects. Its eruptions in 2010 made it a popular tourist attraction, boosting Iceland's economy. Also, the ash that came from the volcano was filled with multiple nutrients and was very beneficial towards agriculture in the nearby farms. This is a map showing the different countries in Europe that were affected by the ash produced by the volcanic eruption. The countries in red were more severely affected, while the countries in orange only experienced minor effects. This is an image of what it looked like in the farms near the volcano, which had been completely covered in ash. Volcanoes were formed when either two tectonic plates moved apart from each other, or when one plate is pushed underneath another. Eyjafjallajökull was formed when two plates drifted apart. The Eyjafjallajökull eruption produced 250 million cubic meters of ash. The reason it produced so much ash is because the volcano erupted under a layer of ice. Interactions between lava and meltwater within the ice caused the lava to break up and turn into ash, producing an even larger ash cloud than usual. Scientists believe that the reason Eyjafjallajökull continued erupting for such a long period of time was because magma produced by the volcano during its previous eruption in 1821 remained in the volcano even after the eruption was over. Human decisions did not really affect this disaster, besides the fact that the farmers living near the volcano chose to live in this disaster-prone area. But the volcanic eruption did not really have a very large effect on these farmers anyway. Iceland's immediate response to the volcanic eruption was to evacuate those living near the volcano. Also, roads were breached in order to allow the floodwater caused by the volcanic eruption to flow towards the sea. Europe responded to the eruption by cancelling all flights in areas affected by the volcanic ash. A long-term solution for the Eyjafjallajökull volcanic eruption and volcanic eruptions in general would be to improve on technology used to predict coming eruptions. Scientists could also develop new methods that will allow airplanes to be able to fly through volcanic ash. When it comes to the organization of airline companies, EU ministers responded by creating a crisis coordination crew that could help handle any future airline disruptions. Samples were also taken of the volcanic ash produced by the eruption in order to further understand whether the ash is a threat towards aircraft security or not. According to the Facility of Airborne Atmospheric Measurements, the volcanic ash contained hard volcanic rock, which could have interfered with aircraft controls and could have even melted certain areas in the airplane's engine. I believe that the government of Iceland responded very well, swiftly reacting to the volcanic eruption by evacuating those living near the volcano and diverting the path of the floods. Of course, the Icelandic government is used to volcanoes erupting around the country and probably know what the best course of action would be during these disasters. The European governments who were affected by the Eyjafjallajökull eruption seemed shocked by the disaster at first, as Europe does not often have to worry about volcanic eruptions. Nevertheless, these governments still managed to cancel all flights in, out, or within countries being affected by the ash before any damage was done. Afterwards, the government also began collecting samples from the volcano, testing its effect on aeroplanes. I believe this was a very smart move, as the government could then use this data to determine whether they should continue airline restrictions or not. I believe that preventing all flights that may be possibly affected by the ash plumes was the best decision the government could make, particularly since scientists still don't completely understand the effects of volcanic ash on aircraft. I think that this experience and after further I think that after this experience and after further investigating the Eyjafjallajökull volcano as well as other volcanoes in Iceland, Europe will be much better prepared to cope with another similar disaster in the possible future. Nevertheless, volcanic eruptions cannot be prevented, and predictions are rather unreliable and difficult, so all the government can really do in the meantime is prepare for future disasters. This is my works cited, page 1, 2, and 3, and that's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.